I mean, I don't remember how many I ordered, but I just went with something that was hotter than what I could get.
So you tried to punish him with a lower hot sauce, but he doesn't respond. So then you increase how hot it is, right?
I didn't try with the lower because I already knew he liked the lower hot sauce.
So how did it even occur to you to be a punishment for him to find one even hotter then? How is that even a punishment if he likes hot sauce? He never liked even the hot sauce, did he?
Huh? Yes, he did. He ate spicy food.
You heard Paul's testimony yesterday.
I did.
And you heard him say that he never wanted to eat those slices of bread with the hot sauce on it, didn't you? You heard that testimony.
That's what I heard him say, yes.
And your response to that in a lot of these text messages was make sure you use even more hot sauce than you did before, right?
If that's what you say the text messages say.
Well, you just read the one that said he can have 4, and then he can wait 30 minutes, and then he can have some without hot sauce on it. You read that one, right?
Yes, sir.
But again, you don't remember sending that text message.
No, sir.
But aliens didn't take a hold of your phone and take over your body or anything like that, did they?
No, sir.
No. Mr. Johnson didn't ask you, so I'll just go ahead and ask you.
Masked spoofer. What's happening? Are you on vacation?
I am.
Define number.
Yeah, okay.
I'm on vacation.
You made him do wall sits.
One time, and that was Paul's suggestion as well. He said, "Oh, this used to drive me crazy." I guess he said that Paul said that his dad and stepmom had used that as punishment with him, and so we decided to give it a try. And Timothy couldn't bring it to us.
I'm on vacation.
Masked spoofer. Congrats.
He could not show up.
Yeah.
So he made the statement as if there's no support under your legs. He was okay to do that?
I'm listening to court cases.
How long did you have him do it for?
Tiki told me to turn on my stream. I don't know why.
When was that?
I don't remember honestly.
So now I'm trying to get
And
my
running the stairs.
I'm not one to actually stream during the day, but you
I
know,
wouldn't
hey.
say a lot. I did with some.
In fact, there was one,
I gotta keep it down, though,
where you were talking
because
about make sure that
there's some people all working in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
That's what the text says, yes, sir.
And Paul talks about doing it chasing style at one point, where he chases them up and down the stairs, right?
Yes, sir.
And the stairs we're talking about are outside.
Yes, sir.
They're not inside.
No, they're out back.
So cold, rainy. Yep, go run the stairs outside. What did he? What was the awful crime he had done to warrant doing that?
I don't remember, sir.
All right. I hope you're happy.
In direction to page 6011. Bottom text.
More ads.
I wonder how it would feel to have that hot sauce on your private parts. I'm not saying touch them there, not at all, but dripping a little bit there, is that horrible?
Jesus.
Did you have to ask that question?
I don't remember.
I wouldn't think so. I don't remember that.
Of course you don't remember Chad Horn.
I can't even imagine saying that.
But you did.
I know, but I can't even imagine it.
About your child, right? Who at that point was in the middle of an ice bath that had lasted at least 2.5 hours at that point, right?
What, are you asking if I said that?
I'm asking you if you said that when your child was in an ice bath for 2.5 hours at that point in time, because this is 4:25 in the afternoon, and you're watching on the camera from work and texting with Paul about what he's supposed to be doing with him in the tub, right?
I mean, if that's what was, I don't remember. If
Masked
that's what it
spoofer.
says, I'm not arguing
What
that.
case
I'm
are
not
you
trying
listening
argue that.
to?
I'm just saying
She
I
put
don't
hot
know.
sauce on
It just
privates?
popped in your head to say,
Yeah.
yeah, I wonder what hot sauce on your private parts would be like. That,
I have no idea where it came from. I have no idea.
Jesus.
did you ever try that hot sauce?
No, I don't like food as spicy as Timothy.
Damn.
About the hottest I can handle is jalapeno cheddar Cheetos.
I'm with you there. I can't handle hot
I'm
sauce
with
either.
you.
So you never even, but administering it as a punishment multiple times, you thought was okay without even trying it yourself first.
Yes, I have a very weak stomach, and so I
shit.
didn't want to throw up.
Well, of course. There's people. It's not wrong.
Let's talk about the ice maker for a second. People's
Masked
31
spoofer.
and People's 32.
WTF.
Yes, sir.
You recognize that as the ice maker?
This is
Yes,
she
sir.
killed her.
She's on top of
She
my
killed her kid, man.
You said it makes about 1.5 cups of ice.
Yes,
is that
sir.
right? This is 1.5 cups of ice in your mind?
No, I measured it. I actually used it to, you can get, I don't know if you've ever had a frappe from McDonald's, but Walmart sells a powder mix. that you add milk and ice to. And it's really good, and it's only like $1 instead of $3 at McDonald's. And so it calls for, for some reason I want to say it actually calls for more than a cup and a half, but that's all I can get at. But yes, that's in a measuring cup, like a sitting up measuring cup. It's a cup and a half. That's all it does.
And
This
I
lady's
think your
nuts.
testimony earlier was you didn't know that ice was being used. Is that right?
As far as
In the
what,
cold baths.
not unless it was specified. I mean, there was sometimes where it said cold and sometimes where it said ice. I didn't say I didn't know it was being used.
Okay.
It was if it was cold, it was supposed to be just cold.
But all you would use would be the ice that you get out of the ice maker. You wouldn't make any more ice and put it away and
No.
store it up so we could have extra for the next day, would you?
Not that I remember ever doing. No.
Okay. Page 5823. Read that. Those are all your text messages.
Oh yeah, I know, but I wasn't nice tonight either. Made me feel horrible. But no way was he getting away with that crap. Let him know that if he tries to sleep at all, he'll get another ice bath sometime before you leave for work and another when I get home.
Jesus.
And I said, might want to toss the ice that is made into some Ziploc bags in the freezer
Quiet.
tomorrow.
This is
for
what
if
Quiet
we
Girl
need a
does with
bunch
her
more.
kids, by the way.
Change your earlier answer?
No, because we never did it. Not that I mean, you can ask Paul, you can recall him, but I don't remember ever tossing it.
But your suggestion to him was, hey, we need to be ready to make more ice and using the ice baths, right?
That's what the text message said, but we never saved the ice.
So that was your intention, was to have a backup plan if you needed to have more ice, right?
That's what the text says.
And that was June 27th, or yes, June 27th. That was about a week before Timothy died, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
And that's about 2 weeks after you were sent the text message with the picture that you didn't see.
Yes, sir.
what the fuck?
Mr. Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Sidebar, please.
Sure.
Sidebar. Clearly, Chad, she's innocent. I mean, come on. Clearly, she did nothing wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, as much as I used to do this in private practice, it was always tough to take breaks during examination, but as much as I hate to do it, I think it's a good time for a break right now. We've gone over an hour and 45 minutes, so we're going to take a little bit shorter than 15-minute break, and come back at 3:30.
Treat one of the exhibits.
Oh, thank you. All right. All right, you may be seated.
Thank you. Ms. Van Der Ark, I think we're just finishing up. I was just talking about the ice bath with you. Again, your text was, let him know that if he tries to sleep at all, he'll get another ice bath sometime before you leave for work, and another when I get home. So let's break apart that sentence for just a moment if we can. And that was on March 27th. Right, so yeah, about 9 days or so before Timothy passes away. Let him know that if he tries to sleep at all, let's start there. This is at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're saying he is not allowed to go to sleep, right?
Yes, sir.
So 3 o'clock in the morning, your 15-year-old child is not allowed to be sleeping. And if he does, he gets an ice bath, right?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
And he'll get another ice bath, i.e. there's already been an ice bath prior to this text being sent, correct?
No, sir. It would be one and then another, is what it says.
Well, she's
Okay,
honest.
well, let me read it again and make sure maybe I've misread it. Let him know that if he tries to sleep at all, he'll get another ice bath sometime before you leave for work, and another when I get home. There's two anothers in there, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
The first another refers to the first ice bath. In other words, there's already been an ice bath, right?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not questioning what's in the text, but I don't know.
And then sometime before Paul leaves work, he'll get another ice bath, and then another one when you get home. So
Damn.
2 ice baths, in addition to the one he's
That's a
already
lot of ice baths
If
for
that's what it
a
says.
kid
And
who
that's for
can't
the crime of
sleep.
sleeping.
Listen,
I
Chad,
don't know what the
I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure if you give a kid an ice bath, they're going to have a hard time sleeping. That was never the solution to my problem. That kid couldn't sleep. I would just have to give him like some Benadryl. All right. This mother has it all wrong. You don't give a kid an ice bath to put him to sleep. That will just keep him awake. You gotta get a kid Benadryl. What the?
The original, whatever happened before that.
But you know what it was to get him to not do another one, right?
Yes, sir.
Let him know that if he
That's what it
tries
says.
to sleep at all.
That's what it says.
He
Yes,
used-
Might want to toss the ice that is made into some Ziploc bags in the freezer
True.
tomorrow for if we need a bunch more. I think that kind of speaks for itself. We'll move on.
Mask spoofer. What a horrible woman.
I don't know.
So
She's
you
horrible.
exchange,
She's just not a good parent.
From May 9th, 2022, this is pages 5348. 5348. Sorry, 5347. Oh, give me just a second. I apologize.
Yeah. No, he's that way. I got.
Start at page 5340, and this is from May 9th.
I don't even have the
You
sound
read
up.
Top one.
So,
That's
like, I
Paul's
don't even
message.
care if I get
Go ahead and
attacked.
Start reading there from May 9th, 2022.
What is daddling anyway? Please make sure Timothy goes into his room with the alarm on when you leave. I should be home not too long after you go, as long as you before you go. And please let me know where you put the alarm when you leave.
All right, let me stop you right there. This is May 9th. And again, you're referring to an alarm, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
This
Go
is, okay.
go ahead.
Because I know what that's
Just
referring to.
let's keep going. So,
KK, thanks. YW, you're welcome. I logged out of that for you, but you will not be allowed to have any devices tomorrow before work unless you manages to get everything done I assigned to M standards, which will not be easy. I'm not sure what part of Timothy going nowhere but the bathroom without being watched closely, but he stole a bunch more of the Easter basket today and hid the wrappers behind the washer and dryer because he obviously wasn't washed as he should have been.
okay, so at this point on May 9th, you're saying that Timothy needs to be watched if he goes everywhere except to the bathroom, right?
He needs to be watched, yes, sir.
For committing the crime of what?
We had a combined Easter basket that year, and so I had divvied it out between everybody, and he stole some that was with cheese and I don't remember if it was Paul's or mine, but he'd already had his portion of it.
So taking candy from an Easter basket means that he gets watched and can't have any privacy anywhere except the bathroom, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep going.
It was a star. What part of watching Timothy closely was unclear? Sheesh.
Let me stop you right there. What
Okay.
part of watching Timothy was unclear? Why was it that you believed at that point that Paul wasn't watching Timothy?
I was correcting, it's the little star. I was correcting what, where was it? Usually if I use the star like that, it was for, to correct something that Siri messed up or something I messed up. I don't know, I'm not sure. I've only got these messages, I'm not sure.
Okay, but the part that you read there said what again?
What part of watching Timothy closely was unclear? Sheesh.
Okay, so you were upset at that point that Paul wasn't watching Timothy closely enough, correct?
Well, did you put
Yes, sir.
monitors? Well,
And
hold
the only
on.
way you would know that Paul.
Mask spoofer.
Uh-oh.
Have a good day. Enjoy your time off.
Thank you. Well, did you put a monitor on your kid after that? I mean, honestly, your kid need to be monitored. You can't very well have your kid stealing candy. You have to put monitors on your kid after that. And you gotta monitor them. It's okay. But again, this mother's on trial because she killed her kid. So there you
I
go.
wasn't watching Timothy closely enough as if you were also watching Timothy closely enough, correct?
I don't know at that point. I don't know if somehow I found out about the Easter basket. This is.
Uh-oh.
hold on. Okay, yeah, this was, we must have been at a baseball game. It was 6:20 p.m., 6:43 p.m. So yeah, I must have been watching him from
So you're at a baseball game for G and you're watching
checking on
Timothy
it,
and
yes.
Paul to make sure Paul's watching Timothy closely enough,
What?
correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you remember all this text exchange?
No, sir, I don't.
You don't remember this at all?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Keep reading.
Her fault. She said too quick.
Okay, there's no way that was today, Mama. Don't blame me. He
That's
literally.
Paul, right?
Yes.
I didn't realize there was another keg
Yes, sir. He
below
literally
me.
never had the opportunity to steal anything. I made sure of that.
The response to that is?
When he was putting clothes on my bed, he did actually. And watch, it's ye tone with me.
Ketone?
The, not ye.
The tone. Your tone.
So you knew that Timothy had done something when he was putting clothes away,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And the only
'Cause
way
the-
you would know that is by monitoring the cameras, right?
Yes, sir.
Chad, by the way, Timmy's 15 years old, by the way. He ain't like 7-year-old, so he's 15, so she's really...
I never gave him permission to even set foot in your room. I swear he must have done it when I went to the bathroom.
Okay, keep going.
He's trying to get me in trouble here,
This
Mom.
is all Paul, right?
Yeah, this is Paul.
Okay.
And I told him to go to his room when I did. I brought him downstairs with me so his sneaky butt escaped. I watched him go into his room.
And what's your response there?
I said he said he never asked, but I've mentioned before you need to take him downstairs when you go to the bathroom so he can't escape.
All right,
Yes.
fine. Let me just, I think we can stop there.
What the fuck? This household is... It reminds me of my childhood.
You don't remember sending these text messages?
No, sir.
My mother was the
Remember
same way,
this time
Chad.
period?
No, sir.
Because of all the blackouts, all the tunnel vision, all the PTSD, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Grade 2.
He said he never asked, but I've mentioned before you need to take him downstairs when you go to the bathroom so he can't escape. That was what you said, though, right?
Yes, sir.
You actually used the phrase escape in relation to your 15-year-old child,
Apparently, yes, sir.
as if he was some prisoner.
No, sir.
Well,
What?
who else needs to escape but a prisoner? I'll withdraw that. May 9th, right?
Yeah, that's what it said.
You don't remember that at all?
No, sir.
When was Mother's Day 2022?
I don't remember honestly.
If I told you it was May 8th, would you have reason to doubt that?
No, sir. Not at all. I believe you.
Mr. Johnson was asking you, and you were very eager to tell him about something that you remembered happening on sometime just after Mother's Day, right?
Correct.
That Timothy got on a scale and weighed 108 pounds.
104.
104 pounds. I'm sorry. I'm glad you corrected me.
Damn.
I wrote it down as 104 pounds, right? It's amazing your memory is that good that you can remember what your son weighed sometime after May 8th, but you can't remember talking about having him escape. Would you care to explain that to the jury?
Yes, sir. That happened with the PTSD, with everything else that was going on. I would, especially when I got stressed, it would, the tunnel vision and, I mean, I can't, for lack of a better term, blacking out. Pretty much any time my stress level went up, and it wasn't up that day that we did the weigh the dog.
So you can't remember all of these text messages about the ice baths and the hot sauce and the zip ties and the handcuffs, but you remember over 18 months ago that your son weighed 108 pounds sometime after Mother's Day of 2022, correct?
104, yes, sir.
104.
Well, it
You
was,
got it down. You're right.
he made,
104
What the
well,
pounds.
he made a comment that just, things like that will stick out to me sometimes. And when he couldn't pick the dog up, bear in mind, this is a service dog in training, so he's used to getting commands. And Timothy, I remember he put his hands on his hips and looked at Sharma and said, "Next time you get to pick me up." And the dog tilted his head like, "I don't understand that command." And that struck me. It sticks in my head. I don't know why, but that sticks in my head.
What day was it?
I don't know what day of the week it was, sir. It was during the week.
How long after Mother's Day was it then?
I don't remember, sir. I know, the reason I know it was after Mother's Day is because Mom, my mother-in-law, for probably the last 4 or 5 years, as a Mother's Day gift, has given me cherry tomato plants and then miniature cucumber plants, and I keep them in like plant bags. I normally have a black thumb, I admit it, but I've managed to keep these alive pretty well. And I had just, when I came upstairs to weigh the dog, I had just gone downstairs and checked on my plants. So the plants were outside then, so I know it was after Mother's Day, I just don't know when.
Plants never missed a feeding then, did they?
The plants never missed a
Tell her
feeding.
about it. She's proud of herself and keeping plants alive.
Mr. Roberts, it's an irrelevant question, so.
Is it though?
So your testimony is Timothy weighed 104 pounds sometime after May 9th, correct?
Yes, sir.
That doesn't look anything like 104 pounds, does it?
No, sir.
Oh no.
That's not even a month, that's barely a month after May 9th, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I lose weight very quickly. I'm assuming you got that from me.
We don't eat, and you feed your kid hot sauce on.
And again, the
Bread.
response to this was give him bread,
It's
right?
not-
If that's what the text message says, yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Johnson asked you about the some text messages back and forth between you and Paul during the ice bath the last day, the day before Timothy died.
That one.
And
That
you were
one. Let's
observing
go
that
this one next.
from work, right?
Let's see how far we can
I
go,
glanced
chat,
in
before we
on
get
it. I wasn't
started.
observing the whole time. I couldn't.
You weren't observing the entire time?
Not the entire time. I glanced in on it.
Whenever you'd send a text message, you were also looking at the camera, weren't you?
No, I wanted Paul to think I was.
DC 87 Ice. I never knew plants ate.
And Mr. Johnson asked you if you remember the text about, honestly, tell me if you think this is all fake. Remember that?
Vaguely.
You vaguely remember that
Yes,
text?
sir.
So you can remember the text where it tries to provide you with a defense to this, but you can't remember any of the horrible things that you did to Timothy. Is that your testimony here today?
I don't have any control over what I can remember and what I don't, sir.
You recall Paul's testimony yesterday about what he did in response to that photograph that he sent you about saying we really need to feed him, Mama? I think we actually need to feed him, I believe was the actual text.
Yes, sir. I remember his testimony.
And what was his testimony?
That he gave him peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I guess he cooked him some eggs.
That was the first time you'd heard about that, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
And that was not his instructions, was it?
No, sir, but that was fine. I had no problem with that.
Well, why didn't you just tell him to make him some eggs in the first place then?
Yeah, make some eggs.
Because I didn't think of it. I was in the middle of something.
Yeah.
I think we
Abuse
actually
your
need to start
child.
Feeding him, and the only thing you can come up with, instead of Paul thinking to give him scrambled eggs, is give him some bread. That's all you could think of.
It's, I mean, I don't know. I was in the middle of something. I wasn't.
Yes, it's very
I wouldn't
important
have
that she.
eggs anyway, not in the middle of the day.
Why is she anti-eggs? They're delicious.
You said that you would, the punishments, and I guess this 3 o'clock in the morning one about not letting him sleep or he gets an ice bath, so he's got to be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. You said that was because he would keep you guys up in the middle of the night or wake you up in the middle of the night?
Oh shit.
And again, you did really well on the logic and reasoning portion of the LSAT exam. Can you explain the reasoning behind keeping somebody awake when they're keeping you awake?
To show them how it feels.
But they're already awake, aren't they?
But
It made sense to me, sir. That's, now that you ask it, but
You goddamn
it
troll!
doesn't seem to make sense, but it made sense to me at the time.
You didn't actually mean that as punishment. That was just out of spite. You were just angry with Timothy for keeping you awake, weren't you?
No, it was meant as a punishment, sir.
But it's
I think
also
she's
punishment for
innocent,
yourself
Chad.
Because you have to stay awake as well, don't you?
I don't sleep much anyway, but yes, sir.
Or Paul has to stay awake, right?
Yes, sir. Paul's an insomniac as well.
You testified that you gave Timothy a warm bath the night before he passed away, that last night, July 5th. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
That was the first time you've told anybody connected to this case that you'd done that, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You never told the police officers you did that, did you?
No, sir.
I imagine a warm bath sounds just like, it's just what it sounds like, right?
I don't sleep much, but he was
Got him,
keeping
you
me.
took him to the
He was
bath,
keeping
you
me
do a warm
awake.
bath for him, and you put him in the bathtub, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
This is hours before he dies, right?
Yes, sir.
hours.
You look like that when you put him in the bathtub?
Oh my god. Oh, she's acting. Okay, stop. Stop. Drop the goddamn thing. I gotta show this to chat. All right, let's go back.
This is hours before he dies, right?
Yes, sir.
You look like that when you put him in the bathtub?
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Gotta make me a moment.
Yes. Ms. Vander Ark, do we have a trash can?
I did, I paid some
You
trash.
did?
What the fuck?
We removed. Right, please rise. Mr. Roberts, you can begin your cross-examination. Oh, actually, recall. Yeah, sorry. How to do that? Ms. Van Ark? You're reminded you are still under oath.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Vander Ark. Now, Mr. Johnson kind of tried to shortchange you a little bit earlier in your earlier in his direct exam.
All right, you may be seated.
Thank you.
You may be seated. Mr. Roberts, you can continue your...
Thank you. Before we get back to the question I originally asked Ms. Vander Ark, you just obviously had quite a visual reaction there to the jury, a physical reaction in front of the
Yeah.
jury looking at those photographs. That's not the first time you've seen these photographs, though, is it?
Yes, sir.
In fact, you sat in this very courtroom not even a week ago on Friday when we had a hearing about those photographs and looked at those photographs, didn't
I
you?
did not look at them last week, sir.
You didn't look at them last week?
No, sir, I did not.
But you've looked at them before, haven't you?
It was, I think it was at the prelim, and I gagged that day too. It just wasn't as bad.
Didn't throw up, though.
No, it wasn't as bad.
So if there's video from that hearing that we had last week where you thumbed through the photographs, including the autopsy photos without vomiting, do you just not remember that as well?
We didn't have the autopsy, we didn't have those photos over at our table, sir. It won't be on the video, I can promise you that.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
she's
now
innocent,
return to
Chad.
my original question. Those 3 photographs depict your son hours after you supposedly put him in a warm bath. Did he look like that when you put him in the warm bath, but for the fact that he was alive?
I did not look at him, sir. He was 15. I tried to give him his privacy. It may sound lame, but I intentionally look away. That's why Paul did most of his baths, is because he's 15 and I didn't think that was appropriate.
So you didn't put him in the bathtub?
No, he was already in the tub. I just looked,
Did you get him out of the tub?
I don't remember. I think so later that night. I would assume so.
Later that night, how long was he in the tub?
Well, night to me is any time after work, so
Okay.
That,
How long was he in the
I don't know
tub?
what he died. I know
don't-
nothing
mean,
about this case,
I don't
Chad.
think it was long after I got home, but
I
don't
like to
know.
watch court cases while I do things, whether it be at work or even play. As you see, I'm playing a game with no sound, Chad. So I never heard this one here. It is freaking hilarious that she's just denying all the bad parts. I don't remember. I got PTSD. What? And then the part where she just looked at the picture and was like, "Oh, come on, dude. Dude, she's so guilty." But who am I to say, right?
And again, you didn't tell the police officers this when they talked to you about what had happened the night before, did you?
I don't remember. Apparently I didn't.
Apparently, you're an asshole.
So you don't remember what you told the police officers?
I remember
just-
part of it, but I mean, if you say I didn't tell them, then I trust your word there.
If you told the police officers that you noticed he was skinny, so you made him some bread and put some butter on it and watched him eat 3/4 of it and then sent him to bed, does that refresh your recollection about what you told the officers?
Oh, well.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I don't remember saying it, but
So you don't remember saying those things to the police officer?
no, sir.
And those things clearly didn't happen, did they?
No, sir.
How did he get into his room that night?
I don't remember, sir.
Last page of the text messages. You can go ahead and read that very top text message, please.
Please set your alarm for 6 a.m. I ended up dragging him back to his small room because I wasn't going to risk him having access to the tub or other things overnight. He's still trying to be stupid, but I will tell you more tomorrow while I take you to work, describing how many different ways I proved that he's still faking. He's still doing it, though. It's beyond ridiculous.
Is she still faking his death?
I ended up dragging him back to his small room because I wasn't going to risk him having access to the tub or other things overnight. Plan was for him to sleep in the bathroom, wasn't it?
I don't remember, sir. I mean, I know that in the text message, but if that's what the text message says.
Okay. And you had to drag him back to the small room. Again, the small room being the closet, right?
Yes, sir.
Supposedly that he wanted to sleep in.
Yes, sir.
But you had to drag him there. Why was that?
Well, dragging, I mean, that could be anywhere from grabbing hold of an arm and because someone's not being cooperative. That can be a range of things, sir. So I don't know what I was referring to there.
What the
You've seen the video, haven't you?
No, sir. I haven't seen any videos.
Do you need your memory refreshed about him getting back in the small room that night?
No, sir. I mean, like I said, I'll take I don't remember actually doing
Did you physically pull him into the room that night?
Yes, sir. I mean,
And did you push him down onto the ground so that he was laying and facing the camera?
Did you?
if that's what it shows, then yes, sir.
Oh, she can't
Did
deny
you
it.
position his face towards the camera?
Oh,
If that's
fuck.
what it shows,
And did you tell him that he owes you the biggest apology on the face of the earth, and then maybe he can get out to go to the bathroom?
if that's what it shows, sir, I don't remember.
And did you return a little while later because he rolled over away from the camera so that you
Yeah,
couldn't
I'm
see him
solo
on
slippy,
camera?
man.
If that's what it shows, I don't remember any of this.
And did you tell
I'm
him
solo
to
slippy on
open your
purpose.
mouth every time you breathe, dummy, and then hold his
Yeah,
mouth
I'm
shut?
solo slippy.
I don't know what I said, sir.
I'm trying to see if I can get all these
Oh, you don't have to take my word
all
for
the
it. That's
fortresses
what
before I get attacked.
Sir, that's not necessary. If that's what you're saying it shows, I believe you. I'm
So
not.
you're acknowledging that the night before Timothy died, hours before he died, you dragged him, looking like that, back into his small room, positioned him in front of a camera, told him he owed you an apology, then came back later because he rolled over away from the camera and held his mouth closed and said, see, you don't have to open your mouth when you breathe, dummy? You're acknowledging you did those things.
If that's what the camera shows, yes, sir.
You didn't put him in a warm bath that night, did you?
Yes, sir, I did.
No, you
Did you have to
lie.
drag him away from it?
If that's what it says, I don't. I know that I know he had a hoodie on.
Oh, okay. Well,
You said the locks on the refrigerator were there because he got into the refrigerator, and if I heard your testimony correctly, he ate a pound of frozen hamburger
Yes, sir.
oh fuck yeah.
That was back.
and a bag of chicken nuggets
Hell yeah.
Chicken nuggets, yes, sir.
and frozen hamburger,
Yes, sir. The hamburger was not frozen, it was refrigerated.
Yeah, yeah.
but
I'm
frozen
in.
chicken nuggets
Frozen chicken nuggets and raw bacon.
and raw bacon.
Yes, sir.
Frozen raw bacon?
No, it was in the refrigerator.
The frozen stuff was the chicken.
The chicken nuggets, that was the only frozen, yes, sir.
Dude,
Did you think
frozen
you had
chicken
infinity of
nuggets.
frozen food?
It doesn't even taste good.
I didn't know the only thing he ate frozen was the chicken nuggets.
What the Wait, I got a hole somewhere I gotta pay attention. Where's the
Is
hole
that where
at?
you sent a text message to Paul while he was in the ice bath at 3:43
There
that
you are.
afternoon and said, "Oh, okay, crazy thought. Tell him if he actually sits up by himself and stays sitting up, he will get some pizza rolls. Don't tell him
Jesus.
there's only two, and I'm okay if they are frozen rather than cooked."
Damn.
Why'd you send that text message?
I don't know.
Don't
Yeah.
remember that even either?
No, sir.
So you're not worried about him eating frozen pizza
Fit it.
rolls if he sits up?
What's up, man?
What's up, Vidit?
That's what it says.
You've heard it read several times.
Yes,
You're not
sir.
doubting that's what it says, right?
Yes, sir.
Just another one of those memories that you just gone from your head, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you told Detective Peasky that the reason the locks were on the refrigerator is because he would get into them and he'd leave the doors open, that was a lie, wasn't it?
No, that was also true. He did that as well.
Fit
I
it.
was putting locks
Are you
on
new
fixed
to
that
this
phone.
game?
Yeah, I'm brand new to the game, sir. Brand
So, it
new.
wasn't- so you admit that he was not allowed access to the
I'm doing
refrigerator
pretty
or
good for
the
myself,
doors
I think.
to enter.
As far as the refrigerator and freezer after we put the locks on.
He couldn't get into them, could he?
No, not after that.
Never played
The
before, my
pantry had an
man.
alarm on it as well, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
First time out.
Okay. We'll move on. We can circle back to that one. Let's talk about some of the other things that you told
Look.
Detective Peasky.
Fit it. All right, brother, keep going. Have a
All right.
good day.
Thank
Less
you,
than
sir.
3.
Look how much money I have. First day out, I got 106
Detective
million.
Peasky, that long after the stroke.
Is that a
back in
lot?
January,
106
Timothy went on a hunger strike.
6
That was a
million?
lie, wasn't it?
Not long after.
106
no, that was
million?
not a lie. That was the truth.
He went on a hunger strike.
Is that a
Yes, sir,
lot?
He did. It was.
Is that a
It
lot?
wasn't immediately, but it was within a few days.
And a hunger strike is refusing to eat, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's refusing to eat food not long after your husband has a stroke, right?
Yes, sir.
But you don't need to put
Fit
locks
it.
on the refrigerator.
Ayo,
Freezer,
what
do
the
you?
F?
If he's refusing to eat.
I know, right?
He stopped. He actually he started eating again.
He started eating again, so then you decided he's been on a hunger strike, he's eating again, so now we better lock up the food.
I'm doing pretty well
No,
for
I did
myself.
the locks to protect
Fit
him
it.
if he could have.
Sarcasm on its peak, man.
I didn't put the locks on.
Sorry,
the
man.
hamburger, the
Don't take it
bacon,
too personally. I had to. I had
It
to.
was raw chicken.
Chicken nuggets are cooked, aren't they? They're pre-cooked.
They are.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah, they're
But it's
pretty
okay if he
cooked.
has a frozen pizza roll or two, if he sits up, right?
She's all, fuck.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Fit it. Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
Sorry. I know. It was a dick move to say that.
February 18th, 2022. Find out what he has snuck right the heck now. Because I know he has snuck all stuff since you weren't doing what you were supposed to. What do you mean you didn't know he was awake? You both should have been awake at 10:30. I am not happy. You know he wasn't just sitting there. Check the brownies in the kitchen. Check everything not locked away. Check where the flipping keys have been. So starting February, you had to lock up all the food. Make sure he's not getting into the brownies, right?
All of the food was never locked. There's no pictures of it, but one of the lower cupboards had quite a bit of canned food in it. And he actually would get into that and eat stuff out of cans as well. But there was never a lock on that lower cupboard. I don't know if I know they took pictures of it because I showed it to him.
So he had access to one cupboard of food?
The pantry wasn't locked the whole time, I know that.
But there were times the pantry was locked or had an alarm on it, wasn't there?
There was no alarm, I never got one for the pantry. I've heard the text messages, I don't remember there being a lock on the pantry, but I've heard them.
228, check his breath. I can almost guarantee he's eaten something. He was chewing on something when he walked downstairs. You and I will be talking about this on a later date when we're both home. Paul's response, yes, he grabbed some chips. I know. So he wasn't allowed to eat chips. On 228 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Couldn't have some chips. Right?
What is wrong with these people in the world,
I
man?
don't know what happened in that situation.
Well, you didn't say make sure he didn't get into the frozen chicken nuggets because it might kill him. You said find out what he's been into,
Fit it.
and Paul says he's
Bro,
been into
who is the
chips.
talking in the background?
That's what it said.
I'm watching
So I
a
imagine
court
the next
case.
text message then is, oh, great, that's fine. You can
I'm watching a court case on a lady that killed her 15-year-old kid, and she's on trial. And she's being cross-examined right now about not feeding her child. So is this something you listen to while I play this game?
you can have some chips.
Well, no, the point of it was he was sneaking things. He knew better.
Couldn't have chips.
It wasn't that he couldn't have chips, it was that he would sneak things. It
So
was
how would he-
dishonest.
How would he earn getting chips?
He didn't have to earn them, all he had to do was ask.
But you would have said no.
I was trying to teach him not to sneak. He snuck, it wasn't just food, he would sneak in the garage, he would sneak toys. He snuck around and messed with his baby
Really?
brother's homeschooling materials. I've got like flashcards and stuff for him. He messed with those and got them all out of order.
March 4th is around the time that you acknowledged that he was in zip cuffs. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but I don't think we clarified your final text message where you said, you know what? We will start cutting off the ends once they are tight, so he can't do that.
I have a Fort of Fortune in this whole
Is that one of the-
Here, I'll put my
Yeah,
flag up. How's that sound? That will tell you everything.
March 19th. Okay, that only makes partial sense. What did he grab? LOL. Paul's response, I don't know, chips or something small he had in his pocket. Okay, tell him he just restarted his not eating again.
Well, he's not sneaking anymore.
Here's you, March 19th. Tell him he's just restarted his not eating again. So he took chips. So the punishment for that is now he's not allowed to eat anything again, right?
All right.
If that's, I don't remember, sir.
Do
Don't
you
remember
see
that
my
one.
flag
Okay.
go up? Do you see that go up? Check your map board. Am I on?
Talking about the punishment outside.
Do you see it?
Paul says, wall sits question mark, and then you say, push him until it looks like he is about to fall over, please. That was for running up and down the stairs, wasn't it, on April 14th?
If that's what it says, yes, sir.
So you wanted Paul to run him up and down the stairs until he was ready to fall
All
over.
right. Well, that answers that
That's what the
question.
text says.
What crime had he committed to warrant being physically driven until you fall over?
I have no idea, sir.
Do you still think your son's eating and sneaking stuff now?
April
I
18th.
don't know. I
He
don't
managed
think
to come
so.
upstairs, yanked the locks off of both the freezer and the pantry without you noticing, and he stole a bunch of crap that squished and rattled and did all sorts of stuff, and you slept through everything. KK, no devices until tomorrow, at least my lunch other than messaging, until at least my lunch other than messaging me, which would be very little. Remember that?
I don't remember it, no, sir.
So, but if the text message said he yanked the locks off the pantry, then there were locks on the pantry as of April 18th, right?
Apparently.
Up here. Man. I'm not saying she's a great
426,
mom. but
almost
come
freaking
on.
caught him again. I want all the food in the fridge, freezer, or pantry, and those locked. So locking up all the food again on April 26th, correct?
Well, the cupboard still was never locked.
And what was in the cupboard?
A bunch of canned stuff. There's a bunch of cans in there.
Bunch of cans?
Oh, you're taking off?
So
DC?
you're okay
All right,
with him
man.
getting into a bunch of
Thanks for
canned
tuning
stuff?
in.
I mean, he got into it all the time.
So what do you go to the drawer, get a can opener, open up the can, put it on the stove, warm the stuff up?
No, he didn't. He would eat it straight out of the can.
But that
It's
didn't worry you.
weird. Huh?
That didn't worry you?
Well, when I discovered it, it did, but I just never put anything on that cupboard.
So what caused this almost freaking caught him? And when all the food in the fridge and the freezer, the pantry, those locked up, April 28th.
I have no idea, sir. Without having it in there, I don't know what caused it.
It's likely related to the text before that, isn't it?
I don't know.
He keeps pulling his arms down, and that doesn't set off the camera alarm, so please watch him for that. Well, why did he have his arms up?
He was standing against the wall with his arms on his head.
So he'd have to do that for long periods of time, right?
Stand there, but he didn't have to have his arms up the whole time, but I'd set a time limit on how long he had to have his arms up.
And you're either watching or watching an alarm to make sure his arm doesn't go down, right?
From the sound of it.
The response to you about from Paul about locking up the food, it's just he pulled the pantry door lock. What do you mean he just pulled it? Did he take it off? Paul says, yes, that part that attaches to the wall is dangling right now due to sticky locks. Okay, get another one on it right away. Last I saw, they were on the floor in a bag in my room. And you need to make him run up and down the stairs a ton for that, even in the cold and rain. So trying to take some food, not in his cabinet full of canned goods, and pulling the alarm, the pantry lock off, means he doesn't get food, it all gets locked away, and he has to run the stairs, even in the cold and rain, right?
Him being deceitful and sneaky.
He was deceitful and sneaky a lot, wasn't he?
Yes, sir, he was.
Did it ever occur to you it's because he was hungry?
He was that way well before there was issues, well before the stroke. I mean, we always had issues with him over that. His stepmom warned me about that.
Well before there were, you said well before the issues. What issues?
Before his first hunger strike, before any of this, he was extremely sneaky.
Did it ever occur to you that this is not the way to deal with a person who's been on a hunger strike? Locking up their food, locking up their access to food, punishing them when they try to take food? Did that ever occur to you with your brilliant legal mind, as it was, that wasn't a good idea?
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
April 27th, Timothy is no longer allowed anywhere near the fridge, freezer, or pantry, or any other place where food is. So now it sounds like he can't even get into his cabinet full of canned goods, right?
I mean, that's what it said. We never there was never a lock on that.
But he wasn't allowed near it.
I mean,
Right.
if that's what it says, I don't.
That was April 27th. Just a few days before, somehow he manages to be 104 pounds, which, as we've heard from the testimony this morning, is still a good 30 pounds under average weight, right?
Damn.
Well, my kids most of them are slim. Paul is 6'1" and 130. He doesn't even hit the 134 for a 5'8" person. And I lose weight extremely easily. So at 104, he looked average.
I don't think so.
February 14th, I may need some help with it, but I am about to get a lock for the pantry door and a lock for the fridge and both freezers. And then we won't leave any food out of those areas, and he won't have access to unlock those. Okay, Paul's response. Your response, if you disagree, please say so, but he is not going to win this. I may need
Damn.
some help with it, but I'm about to get it's the same thing. So you were bound and determined that he wasn't going to win and get food without asking for permission first, weren't you? Even
No,
if
I
that
was-
meant locking up all the food.
No, sir, I was bound and determined he would stop being deceitful and sneaky
He is
Uh-oh.
not going to win this.
because he was being stubborn. He kept sneaking. He snuck stuff. We found out actually.
Time bandit.
It was well before the stroke. Paul discovered it this was before his first hunger strike, I mean, before anything, Paul went down to the downstairs bathroom one day, and I think it was, I want to say it was at least 3 cupboards, if not 4 across, and I guess he'd opened one of the cupboards, and Timothy had snuck a bunch of stuff. I mean, there was wrappers and cans and all sorts of stuff. He did that. I mean, that was, I don't remember if it was before or after my oldest son's wedding, but it was around that time.
What?
And again, your response to all of this, rather than to seek some professional help for him, because of these eating issues that he apparently has, is to restrict even further his access to food, right? And then watch his every move on a camera or with a motion sensor or with an alarm, right?
My response was to try to prevent him from being deceitful and sneaky.
You see a shipwreck.
April 28th, do you want to have just the one on the pants for tonight? When I leave, you will have to have both of them on so it doesn't get away with anything. So by April 28th, you were putting multiple alarms on his person, weren't you?
If that's what it says, I didn't realize I even owned more than one. I only remember ordering one.
Uh-oh, chat.
Okay, take off the arm one.
I might be
but
having
warn
problems
him
here.
that I will count how many
That's
times
maybe
he
a
moves
problem.
his arm from the camera picking it up, and he'll be doing stairs for that tomorrow. That's at 11 o'clock in the evening on 4/28.
This guy's
So you're watching
looking to
see
fight.
how many times
Let's see.
he moved his arm when he was in his room?
His cannon's up.
How many times he dropped his, was he in his room?
I don't know. You
I'm
tell me.
assuming
I
it was
wasn't
up
there.
against the wall, because
All I can
normally-
do is read you the text message. It says, "Okay, take off the arm one," referencing back to the alarms.
Let's
but warn
go
him that I will
Alliance.
count how many times he moves his arm from the camera, picking it up, and he will be doing stairs for that tomorrow.
That
He's not sneaking around there, is he?
No, he was up against the wall and he was supposed to have his arms on his head for a certain amount of time.
Okay, so at 11 o'clock at night, he's
Sometimes.
supposed to be up against the wall, and you want to make sure that he knows you're going to know how many times he moves his arm, and if it's not satisfactory, he gets to do stairs for that the next day.
Yes, sir, apparently.
April 29th. What did he eat? I ate my burger already. Paul's response, he ate the crust. You remember what your response was?
I don't remember. I heard it the other day, but I don't remember.
Okay,
saying
they're talking.
Go try-
I gotta turn my sound back up. Well, I didn't get attacked. Maybe I'll be able to pull this off tonight, chat. DC left. You think this guy's tucking my ship? There's not no ladders. It seems like it'd be a good ladder. You ran downstairs, maybe? What? How many people are in our alliance? Oh my god, look. Three? What's up, baby? They better not be near my fort, though. They're not. Now I gotta go southwest. Gotcha. Should we go back to the, we can go back to... Whoa, cat, what are you doing? Cat, get off! Katniss! No! Katniss. Oh, Katniss. Jesus.
Star Trek Axnar, throws J.J. Abrams on the bus.
What? Katniss, no. No, baby. No. Now don't jump on the... You're going to jump on the keyboard. Stop it. All right. Let me grab... Hold on, let me drop the anchor. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go back to here. Turn the audio back down to like there.
Try to make him throw up, please. That was your response, wasn't it?
If that's what it says.
Don't remember?
No,
I'm gonna
sir.
put that one in the don't remember category.
Like I said, unfortunately, between January and the time he passed away, I don't have a lot of memories in general of Gabriel, of G, Timothy, of Paul. I know that there's times that I went over to my in-laws' house and I don't remember a lot of that. It's not just this.
So the crime he committed here, just so we're clear, wasn't sneaking frozen chicken nuggets or a bag of chips. It was eating the crust of what sounds to be an already half-eaten burger or an eaten burger. And your response to that is go make him throw up, please.
That's what it says, and the crime was, again, it's being sneaky and deceitful. It was never about it wasn't about the food, it was because he every time we turned around, he was sneaking something. It wasn't...
Because he's
just some
hungry.
Toys, like I said.
Because he's hungry.
May 5th, did Timothy work hard enough to sleep tonight so you and I can both get some sleep? He will still have to work super hard tomorrow to earn the same, but wanted to ask about tonight first. Do you want to explain how that falls in with...
I don't know,
the
Chad.
statement
This
that
lady...
The reason he wasn't allowed to sleep was because he would keep you guys awake?
I actually do remember that. Timothy asked if he could trade off not getting to sleep for something else, and I had him doing chores.
You can either not
Well, I'm
sleep or...
unpacking that sentence, so I think I'll just start at the end. So he had to ask for permission to sleep.
No,
Right.
this was because he had kept us up. Like I said before, he had kept us up, so he wasn't going to get to sleep. And he asked if he could trade that punishment for another punishment.
How was that
Tiki
not
Taco
asked
Tony got the lion talk.
It wasn't because it was a punishment. It wasn't anything about, he didn't have to ask to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll do something else if you let me sleep, right?
It was trading a punishment for a punishment. That's,
Oh, in that case... Chad, what's wrong with
May
people in this
16th,
world?
Where is Timothy? Paul's response, sorry, I was getting dressed. Timothy is on a 5-minute bathroom timer. Well, 4 now. And your response, why is he getting a 5-minute timer? He doesn't get 5 minutes. He gets 60 seconds unless he needs to poop, then he gets 2 minutes. You only got to go to the bathroom for 1 minute or 2 minutes, depending on what you had to do?
I don't remember, I don't remember ever
What?
doing that, but obviously I sent it. But,
Doesn't that strike you as everything else that happens is just cruel and unusual to tell a child? Heck, to tell anybody that you only get a certain amount of time in the bathroom? That doesn't strike you as cruel? It's not argumentative.
Certainly, this argument that she can answer the question.
I heard that this is pretty much how it works at Quiet Girl's house.
It's an argument. There's no question here. It's an argument. Judge with a question mark at the end.
No, I really want to know if she thinks it's cruel to put somebody on a bathroom camera.
And the relevance of if she thinks it's cruel. It's simply argumentative, Judge.
I
So
don't think it's
far,
argumentative.
we done-
I tend to give some
done-
insight, I suppose, to her intent.
That fort?
If
That
Mr.
fort?
Johnson, you would like to
That fort?
clarify or have it clarify what her definition
Now we'll
of
do this one
cruel
here, and then we'll
or
finish
unusual
off
is,
this
so
one
that we're
down
all on
here,
the same
and then this
page
one.
with the witness, that's fine, but I think the question can be asked, so the objection is overruled.
So your response to that, well, I want my question answered. Is it cruel to make a child go to the bathroom on a timer?
yes,
And
sir.
Yeah. A general question.
May 17th, before I left, when I was having you sign into the camera and turning on the sound for the camera so you would hear the alarm if it went off. And by the way, I told him yesterday that if he did that in the garage again, he would sleep in the garage for a night.
Hello, Johnny
So let him
Five.
know that he would be doing that as soon as the temperatures are safe enough for him to make him do it. So you were going to have
Oh,
him
you
sleep
know
in
what?
the garage for a night.
I actually remember that text message and I was frustrated. I never would have done it, but I was frustrated. I type really fast and I admit I have a bad habit of saying stuff when I'm upset and then calming down later and it being totally different. But I do remember that and it never happened.
It didn't happen? What didn't happen? Did you make him sleep in the garage?
No.
Same day, 12:53.
You notice the fort's
Did he
not
keep
firing
the
at me?
pancake cup?
It's
Otherwise,
done
just
already,
power and
chat.
it's not safe to eat without
Somebody did
eating it
Fortress
either.
already.
It's actually
Someone
supposed to hear the pancake.
Fortress
That's
robbed
how you
me.
eat the pancake.
Pretty sure it was my
Do you remember
own
this text
teammate here.
exchange?
Vaguely.
And Paul's response, no, he just ate the powder. And your response, that could make him sick, the dummy. Tabasco in his mouth and make him swallow, and lots of it, and do it every 30 minutes until you leave. This was May 17th. Do you remember this exchange?
Something
I
that.
remember the Tabasco because I never called it. I said Tabasco.
Tabasco in the mouth and make him swallow, and lots of it, and do it every 30 minutes until you leave.
I don't remember that being a part of it. I remember part of the conversation, but I don't remember that part of it.
And
But I-
Timothy obviously didn't like Tabasco, did he?
We didn't have any Tabasco sauce. That's why it doesn't make any sense. Hot sauce, but we didn't have Tabasco sauce. That's
Okay, so the punishment for eating pancake in a cup is Tabasco or some type of hot sauce in the mouth. Is that right?
sneaking
Damn.
something dangerous. If that's what, I mean, if you're asking what he was punished for, it would be for sneaking.
You were concerned for his well-being.
Yes, sir.
Right? That's why you're having this text exchange, right?
Yes, sir.
You're really concerned for him at that point.
Yes, sir. Those pancakes in a cup had, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but I think they had eggs in them.
That
What?
could make him sick, the dummy. Do you always refer to him as a dummy when you're worried about him?
No, sir. You can look at the text messages. I hardly ever said anything like that.
Hardly ever said anything like that? It's not a good idea to call a child a dummy, is it?
I never would to him. I was frustrated, like I said.
Well, he's dead.
Later on.
Damn
in the
you
same text
bastards!
exchange,
You took it.
Paul says he also.
I got
copied
this. This is
himself.
mine.
Response is, what?
This is
In
mine.
his pants? Seriously? Paul, I told him to take a 5-minute shower. Make him do the work in the garage with nothing on below the waist. Just make sure the garage door stays closed, and then he can stand down against the wall with nothing on below the waist until you leave. Just please make sure G does not go downstairs at all while he's standing there like that. Break that up again. So
This is
make
a
him do
court
the work
case
in the
about a
garage
lady
with
who
nothing
killed her
on below the
kids,
waist.
man.
So his punishment for having an accident was that he had to do chores without pants and underwear on, right?
If that's what it says, I don't remember this.
That's pretty humiliating, isn't it?
I mean, he was by himself. It wasn't, I would never, I mean, I don't remember this at all, sir.
You don't remember that at all?
No, sir.
But you did have the presence of mind at that time says, just make sure the garage door stays closed because you don't want anyone seeing him doing that, do you?
Well, I didn't want the garage door open ever because we had a lot of stuff out there. So,
All right, well,
And then he can stand against the wall with nothing on below the waist until you leave. So in addition to cleaning the garage, then he has to stand against the wall with no pants.
what are you going, chat?
I mean, if that's what it says, I don't remember this.
Please make sure G does not go downstairs at all. Don't remember that either.
No, sir.
Didn't want, but you
It's all right.
physically typed these words into your phone and sent them to Paul to make sure that G doesn't see Timothy like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Cat, you hear that? You gotta open the front door. Come on, Cat. You got no thumbs.
His clothes need to be washed right away, but he gets to be without anything below the waist for a while today. Did he say why the heck he did that? And Paul's response is he said he didn't want to disturb anyone. He had to ask for permission to go to the bathroom, didn't he?
No, sir, not usually. If he was on the wall, he did. Because he was supposed to be standing still.
This lady is evil.
Handcuff transactions.
Let's
we
not
talked about
pretend.
that.
Let's not fool ourselves. This lady is evil.
So let's get back to your statement to to Detective Peasky. Again, you didn't tell the detectives about the
people in the
warm
world,
bath.
man? This
You
lady's
told
evil.
them that you realized how skinny he was the night before and threatened to take him to the ER if he didn't eat. That's not true, is it?
No, sir.
And you didn't
'Cause
make
you-
him a piece of toast and give it to him and make him eat it, did you?
No, sir, I have no idea why I said that. I was traumatized. I actually didn't come out of the first month I was in jail. I wish the Lydia that used to work for the public defender's office visited me, and she said it was pretty obvious that I was under severe trauma.
Mhm.
I didn't eat for my first month.
This was while they were searching your house on July 6th while you were sitting in your house.
Yes.
I think they're going to go to this fort here.
Better he
Man,
looked a little skinny last night, and I thought I should take him to the ER and then make some toast with butter on it and watch them eat it, and he walked away. None of that happened, did it?
No, I don't even remember that.
But you had the presence of mind to lie to the officer at the time when he was investigating.
Like I said, I was traumatized. I don't remember this, sir.
You wouldn't come upstairs when she said goodnight. She walked down to the last couple of stairs and asked for a hug and a kiss. That didn't happen either, did it?
I don't remember. I mean, I would assume not, but I don't remember.
In fact, you're acknowledging that video that shows you dragging him into a small room, looking like he does when he dies, calling him a dummy for breathing with his mouth open, is actually what you did to him the night before he died, right?
If that's what it shows, I don't remember, sir.
Your statement to Detective Peasky continues. She got ready for work in the morning and went to check on him. She said his name, but he did not respond. She put her hand on his chest and he was not breathing. She remembered her 20-year-old son, Paul, helping her get him off the bed. That was all a lie, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
You know where he was when you found him that morning, right?
In the closet.
In the small.
for this case, dude got evicted from these peeps' property. Killed the two boys. I'm glad they excused me. I wanted so bad to put my hands on this. I was poor dude. Dude got evicted from these peeps' property. What? Jesus.
My room. And prior to that, you told Officer Stephanich, well, it was about 5:30. He fell out of bed, and I had to go and put him back into bed. Also,
I was in on a jury once about this person that broke the restraining order. And I remember like seeing there what the question was, did she break the restraining? It was the restraining order was against the ex-wife. Because I guess the ex-wife would pull up to the ex-husband's place with his new girlfriend and scream things like, she's a whore, she's a bitch, she's a cunt, fuck her, and fucking family ruiner, blah, 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 right? And so the husband got a restraining order on the ex-wife for that. And the restraining order said that she was not to have contact unless it was about the children. So she called one day, and she's like, this is about so-and-so's birthday or kid's birthday party this weekend. I want to know if you're going to be there, this and that. And then she went on and just fucking berated him. You're a piece of shit, motherfucker, blah, 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 for like a good minute, right? So the question was, did she violate the restraining order? And the lawyer on her defense said she didn't break it because she called, and she said it was about the kids. And she opened the phone call with, this is about the kids, right? But the question is, did she violate it? So, as they're being questioned, no, they're questioning the husband, and the woman's attorney is like, "So how long, was she your babysitter before you married her?" The objection, and then like it was sustained. It was sustained, and we were supposed not to know that the girlfriend who became the new wife later on was actually their former babysitter. So of course the wife was kind of upset that this guy went out and basically got it on the babysitter that. And then no, because I was going to vote guilty, violation of the restraining order is what I wrote, and but we had like 10 ladies on 10 ladies who were divorced on the jury, and they're like, listen, what's going on here is a family court case, not this case. They're like, he's trying to get the restraining order set and violated. That way, when they go to family court, she'll lose custody of the kids, or 50% custody. Because the restraining order was in effect for 3 years. It was literally like towards the end of the third year that he was violation of it. She was. So and the ladies in the jury room were like, listen, this is what's going on. Like obviously for like 2.5 years, there's no problems, but now there is, and the reason being is he got married to this lady, to the new wife, and he's trying to avoid paying child support by getting full custody of the kids. And the way you do it is to get this violation pushed up, and she gets in violation of this restraining order. That will make the family court go, oh yeah, she's not a fit mom. She can't have 50% custody. Well, he'll get full custody, and she'll end up paying him. She's all, I don't know. So it's best to let the family courts decide really what's going on here, and vote a non-guilty, because there's more going on here than this. And after listening to that logic, I agreed. I was like, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So I went from guilty to not guilty. And then there was another guy on the jury with me. I said there was like 10 divorcees, and then me and this other guy, he was like an engineer. And me and him had that logic thinking like, no, but look, she's on the phone going crazy. And then I remember when I said not guilty as well. It was just him holding out. And he looked at me like, what the fuck, dude? And the other thing is this, dude. Like, I didn't want him to see more days of work. I was already out like 3 days of work, right? So I didn't want him to see more days. So I wasn't going. I mean, it wasn't like it was a murder case and someone was going to go to jail for years. That wasn't the case at all, man. So I just said, okay, shenanigans is going on. I kind of agree with these other ton of people. Like, there's more than going on here than this. So, oh my God, why isn't this fort firing at me? Did these fools do this fort too? Man, I swear to God, they did it. They did this fort too, right? I should be seeing cannonballs, chat. So Johnny 5, getting on a court case is, I recommend anybody who hasn't served on jury duty, instead of trying to get off of jury duty, just go to it. You learn a lot, man. Like, you have to work with other people. You can't just be a narcissist and go, well, it's my way or no way. But you gotta, like what? Because what you're deciding really is what is best for the community you live in, right? This is why you need to come to, like, an agreement with 11 other people. Right? What's best for the community you live in? Is it good to have a person who is going around murdering people? And you're going to let them go off on technicality? Not cool. Man, I understand, like, maybe you get hung up on the sentencing part, like, well, death penalty, I don't believe, blah, blah, but you gotta at least be agreement, like, yeah, this person killed 4 people. Or in your case, killed 2 people. No, well, I went through it for a few days, but because I seen this, they felt, yeah, I hear you. Oh, you guys are kicking my ass. What the fuck? All right. It's interesting, you know. And I mean, as I get older, and maybe I don't work as much, you know. When I don't have a job, I'm retired. I can see myself sitting on court cases if I'm called in. Like, I have no problem sitting there and judging other people, and going, "Ah, what you did was wrong, sir." Uh-oh, a miss. Mm. Come on, guys, come down. There you are. Uh-oh. Damn it. Well, really, I missed 2 shots there. I just wish, like, your work would just, like, be obligated to pay you. Like, I think that should be a thing. I don't think the court should pay you. I think that your job should pay you for being, for doing your civic responsibility. The problem is you have a lot of people out there who would take advantage of that, that would try to get on juries, just get out of work for, like, 3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are people out there that would definitely hang juries just so they could not, go back to their shitty job for, like, as long as they can. No. Fucking dicks. Well, I go back to my shitty job, or I could, I mean, it's the whole reason you live in this country, right? Is because you have that. It's one of the freedoms you have. No, a lot of people don't look at that like, oh, it's a waste of time. But you learn so much. You learn about the law. And trust me, see on, like, some juries where suck, they're like the ones that go for, like, months. Civil. Civic, civil. Like this lady here, I think she's nutty as hell. Oh, here they come. Oof. Yeah, look, let me went off. What? What? Come on, man. Really? Come in. I believe they're in the back. Oh, am I just going to miss all the shots? Oh, shit. You gotta be kidding me. You pushed me off the ledge, fucker? There you go. Well, let's go back to this lady talking.
Right?
Yes, sir. I have no idea why I said that, sir. Like I said, I was traumatized.
This lady's traumatized. Traumatized.
You told Detective Peasky that Timothy stated he was on a hunger strike 2 weeks ago. This is 2 weeks before he dies. He goes on a hunger strike.
Yes, sir.
Did he go on a hunger strike?
Yes, sir, he did.
Hindu TV status. I am play invite.
Show me the text message between you and Paul where it says...
Nah, that's right, dude. I don't. It's fine.
I don't.
I'm
know
doing
if
this
I ever
price. I'm doing
texted him
solo.
about it, sir. We talked about it, but I never text. I mean, if it's not in there, I don't. We didn't text about everything.
You never texted Paul about him being on a hunger strike.
No, I would have told him that in person. I wouldn't have said that over text message. That would have been important.
But Paul has to watch him for the day when you're not home, right?
Yes, sir.
So it'd be Paul's responsibility to get him some food, right?
Yes, sir.
So while he's on a hunger strike, instead of talking about the hunger strike, your response to that is give him 4 slices of bread with hot sauce on it, and if he eats them and waits 30 minutes, he can eat 4 without.
Oh!
Right?
I don't know what day that was, sir. If you're.
The day he didn't eat bread?
Make sure.
I mean, we
He's
tried to,
eating
just
bread
because he
with-
wasn't eating, we tried to feed him. That was.
And the best solution you come up with is force him to eat the bread with hot sauce on it. That was the response to the hunger strike?
I don't remember, sir. I mean, it wasn't. We tried to feed him. That's.
Maybe his hunger strike
That's all I
because he didn't
remember.
want to eat the hot sauce on bread. What the?
So when would that hunger strike have started?
End of June. Late June.
Again, you never looked at the bone thin photo to see
Hindu
what condition he
TV
was
status.
in
You
before he
from.
goes on this hunger strike.
I'm from California, man. United
Did it ever
States.
occur to you, like, he's on a hunger strike now, and I know Paul had sent me that text about, he's bone thin, I think we actually need to feed him. We need to actually feed him. It never occurred to you that maybe you should go back and look at that text message now and see what condition he was in at the time?
No, sir. When something's out of sight, it's out of mind. Once that's scrolled up, I don't scroll back to the text messages.
Out of sight, out of mind, that applies to Timothy as well, doesn't it?
Oh shit!
That applies to a lot of things, sir. It's not just. I mean, if
Not
Little Man
just
wasn't.
Timothy.
No, if Little Man was not in front of me right then I wasn't necessarily thinking about it. Paul wasn't.
Damn!
Hindu TV status.
June 19th.
What
you
is
can
this
do his blood with hot
background
sauce at any
sound?
time, though preferably sooner rather
There's a
than
court
later.
case
Put more
going on
hot
in
sauce
America.
than you did yesterday, please. And he has to
This
eat
woman
these
is
3 slices
accused
with
of
hot
killing
sauce,
her
but he may
15-year-old
have
child
more
by
as
starving
long as
him.
they had plenty of hot sauce on him. That was June 19th. Was he on his hunger strike then?
I would assume not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have.
Pretty
any-
much a white person
That was
crime.
about
I'm
2
thinking.
weeks
What do you
before
think, Chad?
He passed away. and
Starving your
that's when the hunger
kid?
strike
White
started.
person crime?
Yes, sir.
Majority
Did it
stereotype?
occur to you that the hunger strike was because he didn't enjoy eating bread with hot sauce on it?
Chad, let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about this for a second, right? Stereotypes. Will this go white person crime? Or someone else? Non-white crime. How's that sound? You ready, Johnny Five? Here we go. Starving your kid. I would say that's pretty much a white person crime. Particularly a white female crime. Right,
Hindu
Mom?
TV status. I am play Discord link.
Please do not go to my Discord channel. I'm not even in there. No. Yeah, but I'm talking about stereotypes, my friend. You're going to have the majority, right? You think not feeding your kid, starving your kid is a. I'm not saying it doesn't like expand to other areas, other people. Okay, selling crack. I would say that's more of a not a white person crime. How about this? Serial killers. I think serial killers are a white crime for the most part. Not to say there aren't different races that serial kill, but it seems to be like a lot of the serial killers from the 80s and 90s were white. But you did have a few others that weren't. Right? If I
Hindu TV status. I am stream snipe.
your stream snipe, great man, appreciate it. He's still in level 5. What else? But you think damn, this person's doing that. I gotta get over to here, but there's no way for me to get over here without this person thinking I'm trying to take their Whoa, bombers. Well, listen, this is a risky subject to go into. I don't want to lose my account for this. So, yeah, I know what you're saying. Let's just stick with white people crime. All right. Blue collar white Wall Street crime. Like CEO crime, like Enron, stuff like that. When you talk about like literally stealing from people, I would say that's white.
Hindu TV status. Free loot.
I would say that's a majority of white person crime. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen a CEO who wasn't white that got busted. Enron, freaking what's her name? Who was that? Martha Stewart. You know, it seems to me like all the Wall Street crimes are definitely white people. Is that fair to say? And Mac Daddy, to you might write on the stereotype part, but if you look at Oklahoma City, right? 94? Oh no, dude! That JR Green! I should have turned it off. I was so close to being done. Okay. It's fine. He's a good person. I got no problem with JR. JR is fine. But we're not shooting ships though. He's fine. Like if you look at Oklahoma City, that is definitely a white person that did that. What am I gonna do? Yeah, exactly. Right? I think both white. Exactly. And if you look at any like abortion center bombings, white people. So it really is just a matter of How about the Atlanta Olympic bombing? Wasn't that?
Hindu TV status.
I.
Haha.
Ship sighted.
No. The We in Alliance. um, that was domestic. Right. Yeah. Yeah. What I'm just trying to do is get off the fact that it may not be a certain type. We're kind of trained to believe that, but that's not necessarily true. Where is the... There, it's right there. Right out for it there. Yeah, well, there's domestic bombings. I think most domestic bombings, for the most part, I'm gonna say most domestic bombings are just, white, like far right people who are very much set in the beliefs. So, blue collar crime, basically white people. Wall Street crimes, definitely white people. They'll steal your money. They will steal your... Bernie Madoff, all right? Ponzi schemes. I think most Ponzi schemes are pulled off by white people.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Your room smells like crazy bread.
Yeah, man. It just depends how much you believe what the media feeds you. What your training is with watching, Imagine as a teen, I was out there making pressure. Woof. No, not at all, man. This guy's gonna rob us. This guy has a whole... Watch out, JR. This other sloop may try to rob us. Hopefully he won't claim.
Hindu TV status. Tui akta bokala choda.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, JR.
Okay,
back.
we can kill them.
Yeah, they come up on us, dude. They're asking to get sunk, dude. They may think we're weak, JR. Let them. That's their problem. They think we're weak. If they think we're weak, Chad, that's on them. Like, they should be turning north right now. If they were smart, they should be going north to plunder. They just did their Athena mission. They just finished the Veil mission. They should be turning in. But who knows? They just did a Athena mission on a sloop, so maybe they're better than we think. Nah, they're going. They did the same thing with Black Power and BB's. Jesus. Yeah, they're like, yeah, you be careful of that kind of stuff, man. That there was times that people used to make their own fireworks in their house. Who hasn't heard about that kid who exploded their the kitchen or the garage, try and make fireworks with black powder, with gunpowder. What am I?
How did you get in this server?
I just joined the server, right? And then some boat rode next to me, and they had the option to gank me, but instead they chose the alliance. And now
Hindu TV status. Arabo Kad Choda Chop Core.
Okay, chat. What do you think that guy's talking about? Hindu TV, what are you doing? I would say English, please. Where's has this been done? Is that why it would not be a this fort's cleared, huh?
Yes.
Fuck. Oh, this sucks. Dude, no one ever does these fortresses. And then the one day I decided to come on and just do a few to waste some time. I need to clear them for my skeleton curse. Well, I guess we go turn in, dude. Wait, let me check. Yeah, there was a
Hindu TV status. Join your them.
Let's see, where we at, chat? 7 out of 10. I needed 3 more, and 2 of these forts. 2 of these forts. I can't believe someone did. Who is doing? Look, like, let's see. We did this one. That was okay. This one was done by somebody else already. We did this one. We did that one. We did that one. So we just basically, wait, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3. Do we only have? Three. And we're not level 5, are we? We're not level 5. We need to be level 5. We gotta be level 5, homie. Skull Fort? Oh, this sucks. I'll get no credit for this Skull Fort. I gotta clear fortresses off. Maybe go back to the other one. The other one should be done. Like maybe that one's cleared out by now. Like it's reset. Oh my god.
Hindu TV status. Bokad Choda Jews.
All right. I see what you're doing here. All right. Usually when they start speaking without looking it up, that's their way of being sneak. Like, aha, they don't know what we're doing. We'll put you in timeout. We'll see if your language is a little better, sir. This sucks, J.R. Green. We're going back to the other one. Hopefully it's cleared up by now. Has it been 20 minutes? You gotta go northeast. This is ridiculous, man. Like, why do people do my fortresses? No one touches these things. 90% of the time, no one cares. Northeast. No, northwest. I gotta go northwest. What are you talking about? It's northeast, not north. Wait, why is it northeast? I thought northeast is going back the other way. Why am I looking at it wrong? It is northwest. So let's go back to the court case, shall we?
Did it occur to me? No, sir, because he did it way back in January, and that wasn't the case.
June 21st, how is everything? Did you make him eat his bread with hot sauce?
Did you leave? No, you stay
And
here.
It's he gets 4 with hot sauce and then 4 more, 30 minutes. That was June 21st. You don't know if hunger strike started there then?
I don't know, sir. Like I said, I can only guesstimate. That's,
Isn't it true that a hunger strike is really the only
I don't
defense you
remember
have?
3 weeks the first time around is because it was right after the stroke, and he started eating again before the end of January.
Who had a stroke?
Did you think he's on a second hunger strike now? I really need to get him some treatment for this.
Did I think along those lines? No, sir. He admitted to being, he told us very early on after the stroke that he was taking advantage of that because we didn't have the extra set of eyes with my husband, and he was being difficult. He actually, Timothy told me that his dad and stepmom used to let him get away with everything. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I've always been a stricter parent anyway, and he told me on multiple occasions that if he thought that if he pushed me hard enough that I would just quit making him do stuff and I wouldn't make him cooperate.
All right, well, here's an exchange from June 29th. Maybe this can shed some light on the hunger strike feeding situation. Trust me, I know he's thin. Trust me, I know he's thin. That was your text, no? Paul's, you sent
I
Paul
don't
that
remember the
right?
text, but I mean,
You don't remember that one either?
no, sir.
Trust me, I know he's thin. That being said, he told me a week and a half ago that he wanted to be thin to make me feel bad for punishing him. You don't get to grump at him for that, though I already lit into him plenty for it. Is this while he's on his hunger strike?
I mean, I would assume so, yes, sir.
This is June 29th. This is
Yes,
about
sir.
8 days before he died.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And Paul's response is, of course he did. And your response to that is, yeah, so while I want to fix it, he will get most of his calories from plain bread and rice for, pulling that. He will get plenty of calories, but not get to enjoy them that way, That doesn't sound like somebody who's on a hunger strike to me. Can you clarify that for me, please?
I don't remember, but I know he wasn't eating. There was,
Well, he's eating bread with hot sauce. I
So,
mean,
yeah,
that's
tell me
more
about
than
what
enough.
you can eat later, June 29th.
just because we offered him food doesn't, I mean, we offered him food when he
Oh,
was
did
on
you?
hunger strike in January. It was
How many
I did.
15-year-olds go on
I
hunger
don't recall.
strikes?
But just because you offered stuff, I mean, you couldn't, even though it says try to force him to eat, you couldn't force him to eat stuff. I mean, if he didn't.
You heard
eat
Paul's
it-
testimony yesterday that he had to force him to eat the bread sauce, the bread with hot sauce on it, didn't you?
Yes,
Dude,
sir,
I'm
I
not
don't know what he
sure it's
means
gonna
by
work.
that.
It's interesting you use the phrase, we tried to tempt him with food. That came up while he was in the ice bath, didn't it? Tempting him with food.
Do you mean the day
This
before he
sucks.
passed?
Yes.
I mean, if I said, yes, sir, I mean,
You told Paul to heat up some pizza rolls, because G needed the pizza rolls anyway, right? You remember that?
yes, sir.
You remember
I don't
this?
remember the text message.
Don't
but I-
remember, so this falls in the I don't remember category as well, is that right?
Like most of it,
You know,
yes,
the
sir.
text message says, heat one up, hold it in front of them, but be ready to
He,
pull
dude,
away
he
if
had a
it's dry.
thing strapped to him. He had a monitor strapped to him.
No, sir.
All right, this one's good. Cool. Oh,
You heard the text messages read yesterday,
Yes,
correct?
sir, I did.
Is it fair to say that you just don't remember those text messages?
Most of them, I don't remember.
Most of them.
But then you've got
Uh,
to
he-
I could.
he probably couldn't get out of the
I don't remember
house.
Most of that either, I don't. And it's not just my text with Paul.
You don't remember anything.
No, sir, I don't.
But somehow you were able to hold down a job as a judicial clerk during that time period, right?
Yes, sir. My
And
only,
you were able to at least provide dog training to one client at that time, correct?
yes, sir.
And you remembered to tell Paul to get up and walk Sharma just about every morning, didn't you?
I mean, that would be automatic, would be reflex. If it's in there, then I would assume so, yes, sir.
That would be reflex. To tell Paul to get up and walk Sharma, is that what you're saying?
I mean, if it's a habit, if I do it enough times, then
We'll take him to the second level. It's easier up here.
and plus it serves to get Paul out of bed.
We'll find him here. Oh, shit.
Because he'd like to go back to sleep.
Well,
You told the officer that there was an alarm on the basement door, this is the small closet, because there was some sewing stuff stored in it. That was a lie, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, there was sewing stuff stored in it before he asked to do that, but
But the
I
alarm
don't know why I
wasn't-
told him that.
The alarm wasn't on there because there was sewing stuff on it, was there?
No, sir.
The alarm was on it because Timothy was supposed to be in there, right?
I mean, as far as I know, like I said, I don't.
Don't. You don't remember, but you were able to lie to the police officer at the time?
I don't remember talking to the police, I mean, I don't remember this part of the conversation with the police officer, sir.
You tell the officer that there were cameras in the home because G would strip down naked and wander around. Well, that wasn't the only reason the cameras were in the house, was it?
No, sir.
You left out all the other details about that you had to monitor Timothy and make sure he didn't go certain places and sneak places and be deceitful, right? You didn't tell the officer that, did you?
Apparently not. I don't know why I didn't, but
because you're being
You
deceitful.
said he fell out of bed and you went and had to get him and put him back into bed. He never fell out of bed that night, did he?
not as far as I know. I don't remember, sir.
Well, you know he didn't sleep in the bed that night, don't you?
Well, no, yeah, so, I'm sorry.
It's saying that you got up at 5:30 and had to put him back into bed.
What the fuck?
And then you changed it to 30 minutes because, sometime with it ending in a 30 because you learned at that point that rigor mortis had already set in and he'd been deceased for a number of hours. That was still a lie, wasn't it?
I mean, yes, sir, I don't remember any of this. I'm sorry.
Take a shot. Shoot the hostage.
The hot sauce in the bathroom downstairs was for food. But it wasn't, was it? The hot sauce was for punishment, right?
It was also to put on food.
Hell yeah, dog.
But you didn't mention that, we also use hot sauce as a form of punishment, did you?
Apparently not.
I'm guessing you probably didn't mention to the officer, we also had the crazy idea yesterday to pour some hot sauce on his penis for a punishment. You didn't mention that either, did you?
Apparently
You
not, sir.
put hot sauce on his penis? That hurts. You can't do that, Chad. That's illegal.
You told the officer that you did not restrict Timothy's movement at night with shackles. That was also a lie, wasn't it?
Again, I don't remember, sir. I know we talked about it, but as far as overnight, no.
But you would restrict his movement with shackles, wouldn't you? Whether it was zip ties or handcuffs or leg shackles.
I mean, I can only go back based on the text messages. I don't know.
Why did you wait 20 minutes to call 911 after you found Timothy deceased in the small closet in the small room?
Well, we had to get our story
I have
straight.
No idea, honestly. I learned of that gap, just a couple of days ago. The whole day is surreal to me, so I have no idea why we waited like that. I don't know.
You had to get your story
I can't
straight.
imagine waiting, but apparently it happened. I don't know.
Do you remember Paul asking you, should we call 911?
I don't remember him ever asking. Because I was the one that called, and I was the one. I remember performing CPR, and he did help me out a little bit when I got tired to take over a little bit. But I mean, I can't imagine ever saying no to that.
But if it's on the video, that's what you said, right?
If it's on there.
All right, let's grab the last of the treasure and we'll turn it in.
So if the video showed that it begins with you with movement outside of the room at about 6:19:21, 911.
JR, where's the damn key?
You say, you tell Paul you have to call at 6:37, so that's about 18 minutes, isn't it?
I mean, let's see, 19, yeah, that's 18 months.
And Timothy was never responsive to you, was he?
Babool
Yes,
Dev.
sir.
His eyes
Hello,
were
brother.
wide
What's up?
open, completely glazed over, weren't they?
As far
What's
as I
up?
remember, yes,
How you
sir.
doing?
He never moved, never took a breath, never did anything, did he?
No, sir.
And while this is all going on, you tell Paul, we'll have to tell them he was on a hunger strike, right? You remember telling him that?
No, I don't.
Don't remember that either?
No, sir.
You remember telling Paul, or do you remember saying, put his pants on to make it look like he's been this way?
Oh
I
my
don't remember
God.
saying that.
Do you remember asking Paul to put the belt on to make it sure that that's the way he looked?
No, sir.
But if they're on video, you said those things,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Uh-oh. Dude, this lady's definitely guilty. Man, I'm not
Man,
judging
our-
Quiet Girl by the way she raised her kids, but that ain't right.
Isn't it true? Timothy had just become nothing more than an annoyance for you, and he wasn't even a human being in your eyes anymore.
That is absolutely not true.
It is true. That is still true.
Thank you, Your Honor. My next witness is already in the witness chair, and that is Paul Ferguson.
All right, Mr. Ferguson, can you please rise and raise your right hand as best you can? In this matter now pending, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you
Victim's
God?
brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down, grab a seat. Please state your name for the record, spelling your first name and last name.
Dude, hold on. You turn this down. It's a little
Paul
loud.
Ferguson, Paul
This is the brother
ER
of the victim.
SON.
Mr. Ferguson, you are testifying here today, and is it your understanding that you do have an agreement with the Muskegon County Prosecutor's Office in exchange for your testimony today against your mother, the defendant in this case, Shonda Vandoher?
Yes, sir.
And is it your understanding that as part of that agreement, the people have agreed that none of your testimony today would be used against you, should you exercise your right to...
Where did JR
file
go? Did he leave?
Pending criminal matter against you?
Yes, sir.
And is it also your understanding that in exchange for your testimony today, you understand that the prosecutor's office will make representations to the judge?
I've got the
that
Fortress
oversees
storeroom
your
key.
case If such
Oh,
time
okay.
is reached that you are sentenced
All right,
in that
then.
matter, and that you hope to get some sentencing benefit as a result of your testimony today?
Yes, sir.
And is that in exchange for your truthful testimony today?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of any other promises in regards to your testimony today?
No, sir.
And you, and for clarity's sake, you are also charged in this matter involving the death of your brother. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what charges are brought against you at this point?
Child abuse first degree.
And what do you understand the potential maximum penalty for? Well, you know what? Strike that. I want to ask that question. And you are prepared to testify today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that your attorney that represents you in your pending criminal matter is present in the courtroom. That's Mr. Eldon Brady. And if at any time you need to ask him any questions or take a break, you just let us know. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, Mr. Ferguson, I'd like to start by just talking a little bit about your home in Norton Shores at the time that your brother passed away. And so you understand, and I'll try to make sure that I ask these questions very carefully because you haven't been present for this entire trial. You have a younger brother. We are not using your younger brother's name today, okay? So we're just going to use the initial G when we talk about your younger brother. So try to remember as best you can that if I ask a question that somehow involves your younger brother, that we're not going to say his name, okay? Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll try to ask those questions very carefully so that we don't get into that issue. But
Dude, we got a lot of loot on
besides
this
your younger
ship.
brother, G, and yourself, at the time that your brother Timothy
We are
Ferguson
loot
passed
hauling.
away, who was living at the house in
What's loot? We're dumb.
besides you and your younger brother? Who else was living in the house?
My mother
For the guild.
and my sorry, my little brother, though he was at my grandparents at the time, my step grandparents.
It's hard to believe I started like an hour and a half
And
ago.
obviously
Just
your younger brother, if you can put it that way. But
all
your
right.
youngest
Let's
brother
go
is
turn
the
in.
one that
Let's
was
go
not
turn in.
identified
We're
by
good.
name.
This is the best
he was
guild.
living in the house at the
It
time
is the
that
best
your
guild.
Next youngest brother, Timothy Ferguson.
this is a great guild to be in, man. We are just. We work hard. Have you started your stuff yet, JR? I know it's not like you to do it, but we have to go.
What stuff?
What stuff? You have like a chef outfit you gotta do. There's a cannoneer thing you have to do, right? In your inside of your clothes chest, there's like new outfits for every like 20, 40, 60, 80 in the guild.
No, I'm not worried about it.
Well, of course you're not worried about it because I don't think it's your thing. You're a killer, is what you are. You're an assassin. You don't need the pirate glory. I understand. But if you're out and about, and you want to get stuff done, for yourself within the guild, there's just check marks to be checked off if you want.
Do I have to do anything for the cook stuff?
Yeah, you'll have to cook. It says right there, like you'll have to cook megalodon deep meat. You'll have to turn in wearing a chef outfit. Let me see. What am I wearing right now? I'm wearing the skeleton. Never mind. Yeah. If you go into the guild area on your pirate, oops. Under
Where is that?
in Bilge Rats, go into Bilge Rats. There's a guild thing there, and it tells you all the things you could do for check marks for the guild, like for cannoneer, for helm. Some are still blacked out because we haven't hit like level 80 yet. So like that, I don't think the helm is opened up. But like I know the cook is, I know the cannoneer is, and I believe the chef is, or the chef, cannoneer, and I think there's one more. But there's 4. When we hit the level 80, we'll have all of them unlocked, and then you could do whatever it asks you to do in those. It's not bad. But we're doing pretty good in the guild. Most people don't care, but I care because the check marks. I'm not about being a completionist. Oh, I want to hear what this guy has to say though.
Person passed away, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your mother was also living in the
What's for
house as
lunch
well.
today, chat?
Yes.
And is she in the courtroom right now?
Yes, sir.
As
Why
best you
didn't-
can you kind of point her out or maybe say what she's wearing right now?
Her hair is in 2 braids. She's got, I think that's a black sweatshirt.
Do you think that,
I think that's...
you know what it is? I don't believe this is this isn't her child, by the way. Here's what I think, chat. We always talk about how you gotta watch out for the new stepfather abusing the daughter of the new girlfriend, whatever it is, right? That's the lookout a lot of times, chat. Like when like the stepdad comes into the picture, you always hear possibly the abuse coming towards the female, offspring of the mother. But I'm starting to think that it's really, I think the bigger threat is the female to the father's offspring. Like, hey, JR, get ready. We might have a competition up coming into the outpost. I see him up there. I mean, he might be alliance, but he might look for opportunity as well. We'll see. Yeah, I think statistically, I'm not too sure on this. I think like it's far more likely that you'll get a stepmom who doesn't accept the stepchildren of the spouse than you do with like the stepdad abusing like the daughter of the mother. Not to say it doesn't happen, I'm just talking stereotypes, of course, chat. But this is a case right here. This wasn't her kid, and she freaking starved him out, man. It's almost like she was going. It's like almost like she was getting back at the former ex by killing the offspring. So weird, man. Let me turn the setting. I gotta turn the sounds up now. Audio. Oh, you made it guild level 70? You son of a bitch. All right. You're on lookout. All right, JR? I'm gonna go ahead and drop this really fast. But then we'll lift it right away. Hold on. I'm going to offload everything. You stay with the ship, man. You get ready to fight. I'll unload everything. Get ready to drop sail if you have to. What? What? All right, I'm going to turn this little bit we have right now, that we don't get everything up here. You know what I'm saying? Just stay at the ship. Did they pass us? All right, I'm gonna go back up and grab the rest. Wait, I just saw it hit 70. Damn it! I'm sorry, man. That was an accident. I'll turn in while you get the rest of it. So chat, I'll probably go after this. I just wanted to hang out with you today and this morning. I might be on tomorrow morning as well for a little bit. Do some morning streams, maybe earlier. I might be back later this afternoon. I mean, who knows? Krista, how you doing? You know, it's my week off from work. It's fine. I don't have any treasure chests. Yeah, man, we did like, I mean, this wasn't bad for the amount of for the amount of fortunes that we did. We made some good cash, yo. Thank you, sir, for doing the fort and helping the guild out. JR Green, thank you so much for helping me out. Let's go ahead and vote the, we're done here. We're going to vote down the, do you want to go fight? No, I don't want to fight these people. I have to go, though. I have to go, JR. So I'm going to vote down the flag. Is that all right?
Okay.
Yeah. If you go ahead and vote the flag down. Thank you for helping me out, man. Thank you for your help, JR. I much appreciate it. Go have fun, JR. Go have fun. He's going to go kill those people. Chat. All right, chat. I'm done for this morning here. It is, I got to go get lunch. It's 1 o'clock where I'm at. What should I go for lunch? Maybe get a sandwich from Togo's. Oh, shit. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, chat. Thank you for coming by my channel. I much appreciate it. You're good people. I'll see you tonight. If not later today, most likely tonight. I am the Gurk. This is the Gurk Nation. Thank you for hanging out with me. Wait, we have people in chat. Maybe we go raid somebody really fast. I don't lose your raid during the day. Who's on that we know? Krista, let's see. Do I have any of my friends or no? Not really. I don't stream during the day, so I don't have a lot of daytime. Here. Trailblazers. Trailblazers is up. It's like for here. She's playing. Trey's playing something different today. Good. Horror pinball. All right. We'll raid Trailblazers. All right. Let me just go here. Creator dashboard. Trailblazers, no, she's again a friend of the channel. She's playing something different, which is cool. I like when she's doing nothing. We'll start the raid. Tell her to hi, chat, all right? And tell her I will stick around, but I have to go get lunch. She's playing like horror pinball. All right, talk to you later.